Here, let me play a clip of what I really look like. Yeah, see, that's why I don't do that.
No, the costume's necessary. I get it. Fun.
We get in there.
I'll do it now. In that case, I'll do it now.
We'll do it now. We'll do it live. You're good. So I rescued you a little too late from the fires. I apologize for that. I was in like some other nebula taking care of some business, and I'm so sorry about that. But can you tell me how you escaped the fires?
Yeah, no, it was really scary. I had to evacuate for the first night, just because everything was looming over. I'm closer to like the Eaton fire than anything, and I had to evacuate just for one night. But it was really scary. I had to call up my friend Riley. Riley and her husband were nice enough to take me in downtown Los Angeles.
Oh, that's awesome.
I went there. I had a night, and Riley's husband AJ is like a professional coffee person, so I had like the best coffee ever that morning. And I got to chat with Riley and AJ, and they're a really cool couple. So, in short, I am okay.
I've noticed something about adults that have their life together. Usually, they have the coffee machine going.
Well, this was like pour over coffee.
Oh, nice.
So he had like the beans and everything. He grinded them up that morning. And,
I bet that smelled amazing. That is one of the best smells in the whole world.
It was, love me some coffee. I'm a stereotype when it comes to millennial and liking coffee. I'm like, don't even talk to me, baby.
So if I made you a Mickey Mouse latte art, you would be happy?
It depends on what's in the latte. Okay. Do you flavor it with anything in particular?
I am a brown sugar and hazelnut fiend. I use those flavorings for everything, and like sometimes I dabble more into tea lately, though.
Tea's great. I'm trying to drink more of it, but it's hard to kind of break my coffee streak. I have like a K-cup. I have a K-cup dispenser in there, and it's so easy just to pop it in, put it down, push the button, you get coffee. Mm-hmm. I have a French press as well, and I don't use it as often as I should, but my parents got me like some beans from Guatemala that I have to use in there, and my friend went to Portland recently, and they got me a thing of beans for the coffee press as well. So I'm like, man, got to get that French press up and running again, at least on special occasions.
Yeah,
because I love me. I can drink any coffee really, but some nice coffee goes a long way for sure.
For me, like, I'm such a sucker for Starbucks still. I'm as basic as they come. So I'm a big matcha guy. I love matcha so much. I've ever since I was in 8th grade, I would get the matcha latte from Starbucks, and that was like my go-to order. Well, recently they changed the formula for the matcha, and they don't have any of like the sweetener in it anymore, so it tastes very earthy. So you have to figure out how to do it. So in retaliation, I stopped going to Starbucks.
That's true. A lot of people are boycotting Starbucks, but you're like, nah, the matcha is where I draw the line.
Exactly. People are boycotting Starbucks for like everything you can think of, and I'm drawing it in matcha. So
also, basically, it's crazy that Starbucks is so huge. It's in like other planets now. That's crazy to me,
dude. I know. I didn't want to tell anybody about it, but Starbucks is actually run by aliens.
That makes sense. Yeah, no, that checks out. Their living wages is so foreign to me, it might as well be outer galactic aliens.
So yeah, and also, if you notice why they spell your name wrong is because English isn't like the first foremost language either.
Right, yeah. But yeah, no, I haven't been to Starbucks in a bit. Usually I go for like their medicine ball, which is like this peach tea and steamed lemonade combination that's really good if you have like a sore throat or something.
Oh my god, I gotta write that down. What is it called?
It's called a medicine ball.
Medicine ball. Hold on.
Yeah, it's great for when you're like sick and you're trying to recover. I just got those all the time. I have like a gift card on my phone that has way too much money on it, so I'm like, if I could go anywhere, I need to go to Starbucks.
Are you talking about your Apple Card?
No, I have like a gift card on my phone for
That's awesome.
Starbucks.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cool. I attached the Apple Pay and everything like that, and it's actually got me in a lot of trouble because you can just walk up literally anywhere and pay for anything. Oh, really quick, going back to the matcha
Those are
though.
credit cards too. Yeah, those happen with credit cards too. I'm just like, fat. What is it? $20? Fat. Yeah.
Yeah, and then with they make it more dangerous because you can link your PayPal with everything too. So it's like no matter what, you have like no excuse. Consumerism, am I right?
People love to PayPal me stuff. They're just like, here's $5. I'm like, no, stop, no.
I want the
It's
I want
terrible.
dude, I want people to PayPal me randomly $5. I gotta fix my spaceship, and I can't even afford it.
Yeah, man, you gotta use that Apple Pay wisely.
Yeah, no, absolutely. When the alien agenda takes off and people give me money to advertise for them, then I'll get all the Starbucks gift cards for everybody that I want.
Or you could cover your spaceship in like billboards. It could be like a NASCAR type of situation.
Do you remember in the Family Guy Star Wars episode? Did you ever see that?
I did actually. I didn't watch. I haven't seen a lot of Family Guys, but
There's
I
a
did see that one. Yeah.
they're talking about the Death Star and how like they just patch up like their one weakness with like boards and stuff like that, and then it fixes everything. It's true. I could do this, and then I won't die, and my guests won't keep get escaping.
You won't die, and maybe that company will PayPal you however much money.
Oh, for sure.
Win-win.
So I scanned your brain whenever you entered the ship. I appreciate it so much for letting me do that without your consent. I noticed that you were really into puppetry. I wanted to talk to you about all of this, and I wanted you to expound on like how you got into it, and then if you have your own puppet that we can actually see and talk to me about it and how it was made.
You might actually. Unfortunately, the puppet is not present with me at this
No.
time. I apologize to your audience. I know that's what people want to see from me. They want to see the puppet, but unfortunately, it is in Pasadena right now. It's at a friend's house because they're doing some repairs for it.
That's
So,
awesome. We'll see it
yeah,
one
my
day.
friend was. Yeah, no, my friend was nice enough to patch it up for me a little bit. I actually should probably contact them whenever I'm on Earth again. But yeah, no, I have a lot of fond memories of puppets, and they've always been kind of this forever thing for me, which makes
Yeah.
sense because they're practical effects. I always kind of say they're the last legion of maybe that's not the best way to put it. It's like the last kind of line of defense in the battle between
The Last Stand.
the practical and special effects. Because it's hard to like recreate a puppet with shadows and shadows and people interacting with them.
Yeah.
It's a really special thing, and I think that's why things like the Muppets have endured for so long. It's because they have that realistic charm and chemistry you can have with them.
Oh no, they had the two critics. What are their names from Jim Henson? They were at the Game Awards. What were their names?
Chandler and Waldorf.
Yeah, they were at the Game Awards, and they're my favorite Muppets now. Like the older I get.
Yeah, no, they really speak to kind of the crotchety old man complaints that we all have inside us.
Right.
Gonzo was at the previous Game Awards, and before that, it was Mr. Dr. Honeydew and Mr. Beaker, and Beaker got sucked into Goose Game, and Gonzo said his favorite game of 2023 was the Zelda game, Tears of the Kingdom. He
Tears
said
of the
Tears
Kingdom.
of the Kingdom was his favorite. Yeah, and you know what, valid Gonzo. I appreciate you sticking up for Tears of the Kingdom. A lot of people say it's extended DLC, but it's such a huge game that I don't agree with that.
They added two other biomes. Like you get to go into the sky, and then you get to go underground. Dude, that wasn't spoiled for me. I had no idea before playing the game. I had so much fun with it.
Ah, that's a great surprise. Yeah, no, I was streaming with Chris Raygun.
Yeah.
We were streaming that game once upon a time, and he just discovered a battleship in the middle of the sky without any other, without any persuasion or any hints of what it could be. He just found a battleship in the sky, and that's like a really, really magical moment that I think a lot of games are missing nowadays. Just on it, part of it is just because of like the internet. The other part of it is I, games are just like games aren't as dense as I think they should be. When I say dense, I mean they shouldn't be. When I say dense, they're like the content's all spread out throughout the
Right.
map, and like a Grand Theft Auto or a Witcher or whatever. I think Nintendo does a really good job in those Zelda games of putting fun activities everywhere on the map. And
They're a prime example of how to utilize your hardware in the most practical way, because you're able to, as underpowered as the Switch is, you can drop from the tallest point in the entire game, like, and skydive all the way down underground, and there is no lag in it at all. And that was on my
yeah,
launch. That was on my launch Switch, dude.
no, I still have the Switch from 2017, and it ran Tears of the Kingdom fine. It was it's like it's truly magical how they make all that work.
Oh,
It
for
shouldn't be
sure.
possible on there. So
And
I'm really excited for their next system, which they'll be on par with the PS4, so they say. So a lot of opportunities are going to open up for Nintendo. That's the case.
yeah, and then we see portable gaming making a huge comeback, which I think it's the best thing in the world, because I like to play really lengthy JRPGs with like really rich
Mhm.
story, and like they will take a lot of your time, but it's so cozy to just like curl up with like the Steam Deck and just like get lost in the sauce, and just kind of like be away from the computer. And then, dude, when you come back to the computer, you can be productive and everything, but you're not thinking about like, working and everything. You're able to separate the two.
Yeah, no, I actually prefer to play on like a console or something other than my computer because I want my computer to be my workstation where I
Yeah,
like edit
exactly.
and download videos, things like that.
Yeah, and that's where I use
So,
like the Steam Link a lot. I'll play on my TV, um, and like just bring the controller in there and everything. But it's all like all running off my computer. But now that I'm actually creating content, it's starting to get to this point where I don't play video games anymore, and it makes me kind of proud of myself in a way.
yeah, that's just part of growing up.
Oh yeah, true.
I'm
But
so
I
sorry.
still
I saw this speck on my glasses and it was driving me a little crazy.
no,
Sorry,
you're good.
continue.
Was I always thought the freckle on your left eye was cool.
This one?
Yeah.
That's not a freckle right there. That's something else.
Oh, I
It's
was
like
like,
a
I thought.
that's like a piece of leather right there.
Oh my god.
I wish I was that cool. Actually, I have a mole on one of my. I want to say my left ear. I pointed at my left ear, but it might be on the other one. But I think that's the perfect place to have a mole because it's not disturbing my facade.
Your handsome facade. How are you pulling off that?
Exactly.
How are you pulling off that
Exactly.
hair? Like you've got the Kramer hair going on, but it looks good.
Yeah. No, I want to cut my hair, but I'm growing it out for a future video. Hint, hint.
Hint,
And
hint.
so yes, and I'm growing a beard out for it too. I had like a big beard for a bit, but I accidentally shaved it off
Well,
in
what's
a
the
fit.
project? If you don't, can you expound on it at all or no?
No, I'll say it's a video game project, but
Okay.
that's all I'm gonna say about it.
Okay. Awesome. Oh man, I want to see. I can't wait to like connect with people to like create stuff with them like you are right now. Like I want to help people with video games, or like I want to do voiceover for people. I think that'd be really
Yeah,
fun. I feel like I
that
have a lot of stuff to contribute.
yeah, would love to see more of you in the creative field like that. It's I feel very fortunate to interact and collaborate with the people I have, and I'm collaborating with even more people in the future. And it always surprises me how willing people are to collaborate on a certain project with me. I'm like, oh, Jimmy Von Viral would never talk to me about whatever. But once we establish a good relationship, I'm like, would you mind yelling at me in this one sketch? And 95% of the time, they're totally down, which I do really appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Jimmy Vaughn. Pyro.
For me, like I can see the abduction thing going really well. Like just anybody like just kind of doing it. So you're my first abductee. So that's pretty sick.
I'm honored. I'm honored. I hope you get me back to Earth because I gotta do stuff down there. I got a lot of editing to do, man.
How much time do you have left today?
Uh, Today's free.
Oh, sick.
I don't have any big gotta go out and party plans. I did that last night though. I went to Margaritaville and had a lot of fun with some friends.
Is it the is it still like kind of boomer vibes there, or have like a lot of people our age? Okay, I love that.
Absolutely boomer vibes. Yeah, we went to the one on City Walk, which is right outside of Universal Studios.
Dude, I want to go to LA so bad.
It's a fun place. I haven't left yet. I've been here almost 10 years at this point, and it was a lot of fun. But like Margaritaville, man, it's peaked and it's going downhill rather fast. Like they used to have like a live band there, and I think the band is just totally gone now. So they just have this empty stage, and they don't even use it for karaoke. Those sons of guns.
If you could use if so I guess karaoke is a big part of like entertainment for you, like whenever you're out and about. What's your go-to song?
I guess it would be "Pour Some Sugar on Me" by Def Leppard.
That's my stripper song.
What is a stripper song? Is it just the song you select to strip to, or
Yeah.
are you being stripped upon?
Both, but preferably
Okay.
being the stripper in the song.
Awesome. So
'Cause, like-
yeah, maybe we can collab in that way. Maybe I'll sing while a stripper strips, or you could strip to my karaoke. We'll figure something out.
Because did you? I found out the other day that this costume is actually a stripper costume.
Hell yeah, love it,
So-
love it.
So I got to take
Yeah.
advantage of that. So that's what I'm excited about. But then I thought about who is into aliens like that, and then I thought about that more, and then I was like, we live in an era where you can buy dragon dildos.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a beautiful thing, and I just want people to be able to express themselves, you know, if it's good.
Yeah, no, if it's not harming anyone, go nuts.
That's how I feel. But I wanted to ask you about the poster next to the to the panels back there. What is it? The one that says "Focus" on it?
Yes.
The art is so sick.
It's oh, okay. I thought it was the 10th anniversary. It was the 15th anniversary of Focus Features. I got that. I apologize for the sirens at the back.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
I got the poster.
I landed the spaceship in a rough neighborhood.
Yeah. I got the poster from a screening I went to of Shaun of the Dead. I can't remember what anniversary it was. It was like the 15th anniversary of Shaun of the Dead, I want to say. And I think Focus Features was created around that same time. So it was like 2019. Edgar Wright was there. Alicia Malone, who hosted TCM, was there. And Simon Pegg gave us like a fun little video message being like, "Enjoy the movie."
Oh
It
my
was
God,
a really
I love that
fun
so
time.
much.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of cool events that go around like that.
You see
And
Focus
I got to
Features
go-
so much. Like I was trying to. Sorry. You got to go. What? I apologize.
Oh yeah, no, all I was going to say is I went with like a high school buddy of mine, so it was really fun to experience that with him because I grew up on that movie. That's like a core movie for me.
Oh, for sure. My favorite quote from what was it? It was Shaun of the Dead. Is just whenever it's so inappropriate nowadays. But whenever he jumps out of the car and he says "Sup" and words, it's so out of place.
What? God, now I'm trying to think of what it was because that's.
It was Nick
bit of
Frost
a-
that said it. He jumps out the car and he's saying "Sup" in words.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, I forgot about that part. Nick Frost probably can't say it nowadays, but at the time, very, very on point for funniness. I'll give him that. I think that Nick Frost is going somewhere. I think that Nick Frost is going places. I'm very excited for it.
Sorry, hold on. I had somebody intercepting the ship, and the interception is over, and we are good. No more interruptions.
Okay, sure, yeah. No, I love I love not being interrupted.
Yeah, me too. We're talking about No. I wanted to talk about Breath of the Wild more because I thought Tears of the Kingdom was how you're supposed to do a sequel because I did. Why do people keep comparing it whenever it was like a completely different like landscape and everything? I don't remember anything from Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Well, I will say it's the same kind of ground map. They just they put different objects in there, different assets. Obviously, there's different ways to get around now, so
Plus the
you have to
caves.
consider that. Yeah, no, the caves were a big part of it. It's so easy to get lost in that game. I picked it up last year again, and I was just cave hunting that whole time. It was a ton of fun.
It's
But
such a
yeah, no,
blast.
I can totally see why people, because it's the like 1/3 of the map is just the map from Breath of the Wild. So I totally get why people are like, oh, it's just a big DLC. But so is Majora's Mask, really. If we're going off of that.
Oh God, I can go off about this. People, because Majora's Mask is this is the same thing. It's a completely different game, but with like the same assets and everything like that, you know. But
Mhm.
uh, tonally, that's still my favorite Zelda game for sure. 100% is a Majora's
Oh
Mask.
yeah, I was actually kind of hoping they would strike more of a horror aspect in Tears of the Kingdom. They didn't, which is fine. But I would have loved to see that parallel between Ocarina, Majora, Mask, and Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I thought that would have been fun.
Link looked so cool with his hair down and his tattoo sleeve. I really appreciate whenever characters have like tattoos and everything.
Oh yeah, he
Um,
looked fantastic in that game, and I think they did a good choice changing his tunic from green to blue. I think that looks really well in contrast to all the wilderness that's out there.
the Tunic of the Wild is one of my least favorite Link fits ever.
Yeah, no, I love I love that. It's so fun getting like the different costumes.
Did you get
I
all
love
the
that game a lot. It's so I feel bad for that game just because um it's been buried underneath a lot of other phenomenal games that year. Like any other year, I think it would have won Game of the Awards.
what came out
Game of
that
the
year?
Year. Baldur's Gate 2, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Alan
Okay,
Wake 2, Mario Wonder. What was the other one that I was like, ugh. Oh yeah, and Spider-Man 2 for PlayStation.
that was pretty stacked year. As a huge Spider-Man fan, I didn't really like Spider-Man 2 very much.
Really? Yeah. No, I can see that. I can see that. It's almost the same argument from Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom. It's very similar to the previous game, just with different set pieces and stuff. But I think the set pieces worked out really well. It was a little short, but I can't really complain about that. Just
See,
just
it's as
because
long
like
as
I don't want my
you make
games to
it.
be. Yeah, and I don't want games to artificially lengthen themselves, so I can't really complain about that. But it was a short story, and I thought it was a very fun story.
Yeah, a lot of people will separate, and I'm guilty of this too. And this is why I was saying like I wasn't a big fan of Spider-Man 2 because everywhere where it counts, it didn't hit, and it's unfortunately like the story part why like everybody, likes the character in the first place is it's Spider-Man and Miles and like all these other characters that we've grown to love and this universe that they created, and kind of like fell a little flat on its head with too many cooks in the kitchen with like what it wanted to accomplish and everything, and it was just kind of all over the place, and I feel like they really lost the sauce there. Now with Tears of the Kingdom, the sauce was already there. They just added to the recipe.
You know, this is kind of slightly off topic, but it, I don't know if you remember, but a lot of people were upset that Baldur's Gate 3 won over Spider-Man 2. And this year, people were mad that Black Myth Wukong didn't win anything.
I was whatever
Or
on
didn't
Black
win Game
Myth.
of the Year. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'm sure it's a fun game and all that, but what was the Game of the Year? Oh, Astrobot. People were like, who even played Astrobot? And I feel like
Astrobot's
a lot of
fun.
people did.
Yeah,
That's like that's one of 3 games you can get on PlayStation 5, right?
yeah, one of two. And then here's the other thing too. A lot of people don't think about this. There's families out there that buy these games and play these games, and they're not paying any attention to like games media or anything like that.
Mhm.
If I had
Yeah, no.
If I had it my way, see, this is how I'm such a nerd. If I had it my way, I would have had Metaphor won everything instead of just like visual design and everything. It should have been at least nominated for music alone because the fucking soundtrack to that game is phenomenal. I listen to it when I lock in.
Fun.
But the fact that it won 3 awards at all for being a JRPG, I'm super proud of that, because that genre is so divisive and to like everybody, and I get it completely. But like,
Yeah.
I like it because I want to be in a game for a long time, and like, those kind of games are just so chill for me.
Have you played Baldur's Gate?
I love Baldur's Gate 3 so much.
Yeah,
I
no,
think,
I think it totally won. It wasn't my 2023 Game of the Year,
yeah,
but I loved it a lot. And it was really great seeing a lot of people united being like, yeah, that should win Game of the Year.
because you can really customize your experience with that game too. A lot of people don't know that. If you don't like the turn-based combat, you can actually change it.
Oh, okay.
You can also you can make the game whatever you want it to be, but like if anyone was kind of turned off on the gameplay for that, I totally recommend them just like putting it on the easiest mode ever and just experiencing the story and the characters.
Yeah, I put it on normal, and I was having a rough time with it.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm just not good at video games, but
I totally
I
support
had fun.
what is it the Snark Tank Derek talks about the using trainers on games, and I'm totally in support of that, especially if like you're like you're in a committed relationship or you don't have much time to do things like you want to experience the game's story. I totally highly recommend like just
What
getting
is
a trainer.
a trainer for
Yeah,
a
so
game?
yeah, so basically it enables you to like enable god mode or like have unlimited items or just just basically kind of sway the game in your favor basically.
Oh, well, if there's like a super easy mode for it, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so
Yeah, no,
Baldur's Gate is
whenever.
yeah. Baldur's Gate's one of those games for sure that I totally recommend someone just downloading a trainer for it and just give yourself infinite turns and just get through the story. It's really good.
Yeah, no, it's a fun story. My favorite narrative from 2023 was Alan Wake 2.
I didn't
It
play
was such
that.
a. Oh, I highly recommend it. It's a powerful story about like creativity and what it means to be an artist.
Oh, I love that. And then
Mhm.
Metaphor was story wise and everything too. It's so wild. I'll spoil it for everybody because I know a lot of our audience isn't going to play it, and I don't want to isolate them. But basically, it this whole game presents itself as this like fantasy RPG or like this fantasy like Dungeons and Dragons and spells and wizards and shit. But then it takes the whole concept and like turns it inside. It basically turns the sphere inside out, and you don't predict like what the ending is and everything like that, and what metaphor actually means. And it's so fucking wild, dude. And I wish more people would play those games. But it won 3
Yeah.
awards. That's all that matters.
Yes, Yeah, no, I think my game of the year from last year was probably Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth.
So
I had a lot of
good.
fun with that game.
So good.
I want to pick up Rebirth because I hear it's also silly, but I got my backlog that I got to do still, so
Oh yeah, for
I'll
sure.
wait on that one. I'm sure it'll be on sale in a year, like $2 or whatever.
Yeah,
So
no, absolutely.
I'm,
See,
I'm,
I'm
I'm in
playing
no
it.
rush for that one.
I'm playing it now because I have to. Like I love JRPG so much, and that includes like all the
Why do
Final
you
Fantasy
have
games.
to? Why do you have to?
Dude, ever since I was in high school, I would be I was like I had to carry my Vita around with me, and I would always be playing.
What do you mean have to carry around your Vita with you?
It's like a comfort thing. For some
Okay.
reason, I needed like this escape with me, like anytime I needed it. So I would like play, like I would sit with my friends and everything at lunch, but I'd be playing Persona 4 like on my Vita
Mhm.
and everything like that, or like whenever it was like my turn to play or something like that, like it would be like in the dugout or whatever. I'd be like in the dugout like with the Vita or something like that.
Don't know. You're probably not going to like this, but I have played none of the Persona games.
That's fine. I don't blame you. I'm not a big fan of the
It's so
Persona.
daunting to me.
Yeah, I'm more of a fan of the series that spun off from it. I'm about to get really nerdy, but there was a series called Shin Megami Tensei, and it's Pokemon for adults.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I've heard that exact phrasing for that. So
Yeah, and
maybe I'll.
see, I like the mainline series. Persona's cool because it's got a good story, it's got great music, it's all that. But I like the combat. I like fucking shit up. Like I like fighting. I like doing this. Like this character. Everyone will see on camera. This character is from one of the SMT games and stuff like that. But like, it's all about fighting, man. Fighting like with like this intense music and like having Mothman and Sheva and like Beelzebub like on your side while you're fighting like Lucifer and stuff like that with like this godlike music playing. There's no other experience like it. You're a bunch of teenagers with like these computers on their wrists that like summon demons, and I'm just like, that is the coolest shit I've ever seen. If they remade that game to not be a JRPG, it would be so popular.
Yeah, I'd be curious. You know what I thought? Not to continue harping on video games, but
Oh, you're
you
good.
know what I thought Spider-Man 2 did really well was the final boss fight. Was a very emotional boss fight, and
Yeah.
it's not the most it's not like the most technical. You don't have to be super clever to figure it out, but it's a memorable boss fight because of all the emotions involved. And I think Persona also does a pretty good job at that. If I had to guess, it's a similar thing with Star Wars too.
Yeah.
Like the fights are secondary to kind of the emotion and the motivation behind the characters.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
makes a good fight. That's why Return of the Jedi had a better fight than Attack of the Clones, because they're just kind of waving their sticks around without
But the
emotion or
but the
anything.
mean but the meaning behind that fight is so much more significant than anything.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's I really like Star Wars. I
I
try
have a
not to
pal-
say that on the internet
I
because
have a
people
Palpatine. I
are,
have a Palpatine tattoo on my leg, so you're good.
that is a wild character to get a tattoo of.
I got it way before the Disney buyout.
Still wild, still wild.
So it's just like his face in the cloak or whatever, and it's just on my calf.
Fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know aliens did tattoos. That's
Oh
something I
yeah,
learned
dude.
today.
I am a fully tatted out alien, my friend. I wanna talk to more people about like tattoos and stuff like that. That's why I want to go to LA. I want to see like the art scene and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Um.
I have no tattoos, so
So
maybe one day, but I'm not super dedicated to it.
Oh, you're
Sorry,
good.
what were you saying?
Oh no, I was just gonna ask you, what do you got going on? I haven't talked to you in a while. I'm excited to hear about what you got on the cooking block, or on the chopping block.
Yeah, no, I recently quit my retail job
I'm so
because
proud of you.
it was very draining. It's weird, just because the positive reactions I'm getting from, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, that's really good for you," and I'm like, "I'm not getting any money. I don't know if you consider that part. I
I,
won't be getting any money for a while
I'm in the
now."
same boat right now. I quit my job. I was going insane, and then
Yeah,
I flew into
I mean,
space and started abducting people.
awesome. Yeah, no, nobody knows what's going on in your head better than you. So, it like I feel like that decision was justified. But the reason I say that I quit the job is because I'm focusing a lot more on YouTube. So I think Mildly Familiar is coming back. I
Fuck
want to wrap
yes.
up Almost Adults. I think that show is kind of past its prime. but I do want to do a couple more episodes with some special guests that will be revealed at a later date.
Nice. Send it off
And
strong.
yeah, no, that's the plan. Yeah, we're doing that. Mildly Familiar, like I said, is coming back.
I got a big
Black
smile.
Curtain Black Curtain Saga is also coming back with I have a big guest in the cold open, and it's going to be about quitting my job. So I'll be ranting about that. I want to do more kind of like semi-improvisational videos uh, because Gauge Your Interest is like super scripted, and the interviews are like a little bit scripted just with the questions and stuff.
Yeah.
And I want to find a good middle ground for that, where I can be like, I want to hit these points, but I don't want to stick to it word from word. Honestly, that's what's really impressive. I'll mention him again. Chris Raygun, he writes his stuff with just like bullet points, and he just goes off. I think that's super impressive.
All I want to do is talk to other creators about how they script, because unfortunately, as I enter the space, I found out that my ADD does not allow scripting to be the easiest thing in the world.
Mm-hmm. But I do think like an interview environment is good for that, because you can like I do, you could just have the bullet points like, oh, I want to talk about puppets. Oh, I want to talk about the silly other creator drama or whatever.
Right.
And you could just use those couple of bullet points as kind of a guiding light throughout it. And you don't have to go like work for it, which is nice.
That's how I feel. That's why I want to get the talk show going, because I just want to be able to go live and have people call in and have that be the content.
Yeah. No, that is a bold step. I don't think I could do that, because I will get a lot of trolls.
Dude, I love people that like want to troll and like call in and everything, because you can bounce off. It's good content. You kind of just like feel it out and like vibe with people, you know?
Sure. Yeah. No, I don't think I could vibe with like a stranger on the internet like that. But I've been abducted by an alien, and I'm vibing off him. Okay, so
That's good.
anything's possible.
I love that. That's what I want to hear. If you were if you were like scripting and everything like that, like what is your least favorite thing to do about creating content? Because that's what I want to talk about.
My least favorite thing. I don't know if people are going to believe me, but I don't like being in front of camera. I don't like being in front of camera. I don't like acting it out. If I could do it all over again, I would just hire some handsome-ass actor and have him say all the crap I wrote down, and then just edit it myself. Because for someone to gauge your interest, I'm not 100% in front of the camera. Sometimes it's other people. And those have been my favorite parts of doing Gage Your Interest in the past couple of years, is directing those other people. I'm just kind of the host as a means to an end. I'm the host because I want to say the crap I wrote down, and I want to edit it my way, and I know my workflow better than anyone. Honestly, 4 shows I have going on, because I have Black Curtain Saga, my ranty videos, my audio-only podcast, Almost Adults, Mildly Familiar, which is with a video interview pretty much, and Gauge Your Interest, which are video essays.
You taught me how to kind of like take a project and see where it goes and like learn from it and everything.
What do you mean by take with you?
What's your favorite one to do?
Okay, all right, there we go.
There we go.
Gauge Your Interest. I love Gauge Your Interest because it can be like a big production, it can be a small production, and
it's perfect.
I always like getting guests for it, because whenever I get a guest for something, I don't want to have Johnny Von Viral in my thing just so Johnny Von Viral is in it.
Yeah.
I want him to be in it to be like a metaphor for something. Well, I guess I'll spoil a little bit of this Black Curtain Saga for you, but I have a Johnny Von Viral on the cold open just to talk down to me about the downsides of doing YouTube full time and quitting my job.
That's
And
beautiful.
the kind of meta commentary there, the subtext, if you is that like he shouldn't be discouraging me because he benefits from this system. Because originally it was going to be me calling Vinny and be like, I quit my job, Vinny, and Vinny doing that whole thing. But it coming from a successful creator on the platform makes it a little bit funnier. In another layer, I should say.
Oh, I love that. That's so cool. I can't wait to see it. Ever since we met, I was always like, man, I need to catch up with him. I need to catch up with him. Oh man, now he's doing it. I'm never gonna do it. Well, this year what changed was like, I just got to do it.
Yeah, no,
It's hard. That was the hardest part.
Yeah, honestly, that's part of the reason I quit my job, because I'm like, if I'm not going to do this now, when am I going to do it? Am I going to do it 10 years down the line? Or so, yeah. No time like the present.
Oh, I know for sure. I put Shia LaBeouf in one of my thumbnails because it was a call of action that I said for people, and I hope it inspired people. But what's cool about it is, for my unscripted videos that I've been doing, I get better at like talking to the camera. But dude, it's scary because like I can't just pretend that camera is like everybody. Like I just picture the entire world behind the lens.
Yeah, no, that's honestly, that's not the mentality I'm in. I'm like, okay, I want to say something about this video game. I'm going to make a little story around it, and if people watch it, great, sure, love it. If it connects to people, great. But at the end of the day, it's mainly for me.
Right.
In a selfish sort of sense, I want to see that story come to life. I want to see people talk about that video game. So yeah, no, it's a very ego-driven thing, is what I'm saying.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I've been reading a lot about like the destruction of the ego and everything like that, and it's a beautiful thing to have and carry with you. When I say the destruction of it, I mean like just like kind of leveling yourself up with it.
Yeah. Everyone needs a little bit of ego to them. If you have no ego about yourself whatsoever, you can't make any projects.
Exactly.
You just don't believe in yourself at all. Especially not YouTube, because YouTube is you focused. So
for sure. I'm
you
like
need a little bit of ego playing. You need a little bit of narcissism.
Yeah, I'm engaged and Gage. I'm engaged and I wear an alien costume, and I'd still like deal with her judgment and everything. It's like the most harshest thing you could possibly imagine. But I'm so much stronger now because like anybody can say anything to me doing this, and it's like, well, I'm doing this for myself. Like I don't give a shit. Like I want to help people. That's what I'm here for. Like I want to open the phone line to like
Wait a minute. That's a costume?
I think so. I stole the person's form.
Oh, okay. All right. That checks out.
My real form.
I apologize.
No, you're good.
I apologize. I shouldn't assume it's a costume.
Oh, you're good. Here, let me play a clip of what I really look like.
Ah!
Yeah, see, that's why I don't do that.
No, the costume's necessary. I get it.
Exactly. See, I gotta be this handsome guy. No, I'm just kidding. See, that's the thing. I want to call myself handsome, but it's because my brain's like,
handsome. Who cares?
I know. It's my brain's like, no, don't do that. Don't call yourself handsome.
Yeah. It's. I think having. How should I phrase? I think confidence and cockiness are too intertwined nowadays. People mix them up in their head all the time. But if you're confident in yourself, you'll be like, yeah, damn, I'm handsome.
You totally blew my mind just now.
Well, if people interpret it as cocky, that's on them.
I'm watching 90 Day Fiance with
Sure.
And a lot of people will dismiss that show as just drama and just something silly or whatever. But if you look at the big picture, the whole reason it's on the Learning Channel it's because it's about the psychology of these regular people and how they handle like their relationships and stuff like that. Now, granted, some of these people are larger than life people, like they're definitely characters and everything like that. But it's so funny to just kind of hear how like regular and flawed we all are. And a lot of that falls into like, where do we stand on like how we feel about ourselves, basically? Like, do we feel like we're hot shit and we know we're hot shit, or do we feel like we're hot shit and we contain our hot shit?
Well, I disagree with all that. I know I'm hot shit, and I know I'm the best. So this is not relatable whatsoever.
Good. I'm glad. See, I don't want you to be in my position. I don't want to be in this position. I want to know I'm hot shit.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's fine. If like I said, have a little ego. That's not going to kill you. People don't like someone who has no ego and be like, "Oh, I'm the first time." Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
There's a
see, I
whole
don't want to
Fraggle
do
Rock
that.
episode about that. Actually, yeah, there's someone that feeds off of people's negative energy, and they're constantly taking them away from their own life, in order to like fuel them. I thought that was a really interesting episode. What was that, like 1987?
Yeah.
Come on, Gage, get with the times.
Yeah, you don't remember anything from 1987?
Yeah, I wasn't born yet. I only have Fraggle Rock episodes to remember it.
What was Fraggle Rock even about?
Fraggle Rock was about it's this group of creatures that live inside this cave in this eccentric inventor's lighthouse.
Okay.
So typically, the inventor has a dog, like a puppet dog, and their stories would parallel with whatever the Fraggles have going around there in their underground society. And typically, it teaches a very, very fun life lesson.
Oh, I love that. I'm going to put a clip of Fraggle Rock up on the screen, what you were talking about, because I love Jim Henson's like puppetry and everything like that. One of my favorite things Jim Henson ever did was the in the labyrinth, the hands that like talk and everything.
Yeah, yeah, no, he was a super creative guy.
That was so cool.
I was watching. I don't know if you watched the Netflix Dark Crystal series, but
I didn't watch
like
the Netflix one.
Oh, I think it's better than the movie.
Oh,
if
shit.
I'm being honest.
Wow.
It's
okay.
Yeah, check it out if you have Netflix. But there's this behind the scenes thing they released for it, and they were talking about like how Jim was constantly pushing for stuff, and how sometimes people misinterpret his legacy as, oh, he's just the puppets guy. He would never use like green screen or digital effects. When in reality, he was always looking for something new to implement into his projects. And so they're not like, so the Jim Henson Company is not at all opposed to doing special effects or anything like
I
that.
love that. See, that's why I would want to work with someone like that. I started. I'm kind of a person that wants to like rally people behind me for like doing something, like people that I value, like friends and family that I know they can do something that I'm doing. So, for example, I have 3 other friends that really wanted to start the content creation, and I think they would naturally be really good at it. And one of my friends finally posted his first video, and I just taught him how to put music behind it. Just basically all the little basic edits that I've learned how to do and like what really makes a video stand out. And he published the first video and he's got like 25 views on it, and I'm so proud of him. And I'm just thinking like if we keep planting these seeds and like helping people grow, and we can like all collaborate and everything like that, that's what's really going to make the future of YouTube the best thing ever. If we all kind of get I know it sounds ambitious, but like if we get like our audiences and like different people like meeting and talking and whatnot, I really feel like we could make this world a lot less shitty.
No, there's something totally to be said about kind of the positive messages and optimistic messages. And I mean, that's been going back like since the Greek theater, man. It's art is super influential, and I think we started off on very poor foot when we were first doing like internet stuff. You could see like Nostalgia Critic or like Cinema Sins, something that really kind of highlights negativity.
Yeah.
And kind of pushes it upon kind of a contrarian audience who's like, I don't like this movie because maybe it wasn't maybe it didn't speak to me as much because they had pancakes instead of waffles, or I don't know, some crappy
Everyone's a
shit like
critic.
that.
I don't get it.
I do get it though. I do get it. People want to be feel smart. So sometimes they just parrot like whatever Red Letter Media says or something. No
Right.
hate to Red Letter Media, by the way.
No,
And
not at all.
even like the angry video game nerd, like his whole concept for that was like, oh, this is a parody of what nerds are on the internet.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
But
dude.
people just took that
It's a
face
beautiful
value.
thing.
Yeah, no, I really like James Rolfe's stuff.
Because his rants were entertaining. Because what was fun about it is the stuff that he was reviewing was genuinely really shitty. Like
Yeah,
the,
no,
like all those
I
old
really like.
JN games are so bad.
Yeah, no, I think, and I think that it's his highlighting of those games was super fun too, because you got people coming out of the woodworks being like, "Oh, I played Jekyll and Hyde. I never beat it, and I've had it for years or something like
Oh, for
that."
sure.
I love James's reviews,
Oh, me too, man.
and it does scratch that like itch where you're like, "Oh, I want to like destroy this game. I got to use all these all these profane curse words, and I got to be as over exaggerated as possible." And that's not,
Shallow and
and
pedantic.
that's his character,
Yeah.
but it like people take it at face value, being like, "Oh, this is a negative guy on the internet."
Right. What was it? Shallow and pedantic, or what was it? The Family Guy meme where they're all about to drown. He's like, it insists upon itself.
Yeah, yeah. And Seth MacFarlane actually commented on that scene, and he said, "Yeah, I had a film professor who didn't like, I want to say, Sound of Music, and like we could never get a straight answer out of it. He would only say it insists upon itself, like that was a form of criticism."
It's so funny because I genuinely think that's one of the most flawless movies ever made.
Sound of Music?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Don't tell anyone.
No, you're good. You're good. Bro, if we could hang out, I would totally say we could just watch it. That would be so much fun. It's
It's a
so
long movie, though, right? It's
it
like
is,
3 hours.
but
Okay,
we would make it fun.
I'll watch it in my. I'll
Yeah, no, you're good.
I don't like seeing super long movies with friends because I like to pause it, get up, and I like to be on my phone sometimes. So
Completely understandable.
yeah,
I'm the same exact way.
I like to experience it that way. Though I love going to movie theaters. I saw Nosferatu recently.
What'd you think of it? Because I haven't been to the theaters in like over a year. The last thing I saw was Spider-Man Spider-Verse 2 or whatever.
I really liked Nosferatu. It's a solid 8 out of 10 movie. I wish it was a little shorter, like 15 to 20 minutes shorter, but it was a very pretty movie to look at. But it really took its time, and it really like soaked in that atmosphere.
Who plays Count? What's his name? Who plays Nosferatu?
What's his name?
Bill Skarsgård. Yeah, he's
he
been typecasted. A lot of people in Hollywood lately have been really typecasted, I've noticed, and he's been fantastic for playing different like horror villains and whatnot.
I don't know if you saw Barbarian, but he was at the beginning of that.
Wait, he's in the beginning?
Yeah, no, he's at the very beginning. He's talking to the woman, and
that's him.
Like if you didn't know anything about, well, and it what's the best way to say this? It was,
so it's meta.
It was kind of, yeah, in a way we're kind of conditioned to see him as the villain of the film. So like when he opens the door and we see that guy that we've seen in so many other monster movies, your automatic thought is like, oh, he's the bad guy. We should root against him. But it was a red herring. It's a fake out.
That's beautiful. Oh my god, I didn't even realize that. Barbarian is one of the funnest movies I've watched in a long time. We were watching it like my partner and I watching it in the middle of like pitch black darkness and like just never seeing it before. But that scene where they're going down the hallway and everything like that, I'm just like, this is so cool. I love this.
Yeah. The director, Zach Krager, I think his next movie came out yesterday as of this recording, Companion. And that's a fun, like, sex bot goes crazy movie. Love that. And I think he's going to be directing the reboot of Resident Evil, which I think is a fantastic choice.
Yeah, I love seeing people go from comedy to like always dishing out like crazy horror shit, like Jordan Peele and what's his name?
Zach Krager.
Zach Krager. Yeah, coming from the whitest kids you know.
Yeah, yeah, no. A lot of I think people I think it's easier to transition from comedy to any other genre, drama, horror, especially horror actually. It's pretty easy because they hit very similar
Yeah.
beats. It's just one you laugh, one you go, "Oh, yeah."
It's so cool seeing
And
people do it though. Like I love seeing
yeah,
people dip their toes into different things. One of my favorite examples. I know it's a lot of people's, but whenever Filthy Frank ended and Joji was born.
yeah, that was a really bold move by him, but paid off. I think he's doing okay nowadays.
Oh
So,
yeah, no. It was like the. I wish I would give anything to bring back that era of YouTube, but even though we all have to be brand friendly now, I still want us to be able to like. Just like we're just having casual like adult conversation. I just want like YouTube to be able to have fun like that again. You know,
I
it's
think
over.
no. I think there's still that aspect of YouTube. It's just being way overshadowed by like drama channels or news clips of Jimmy Fallon. It's like the algorithm is 100% a new beast than
Yeah,
from what it was. So what rises to the top is doo doo.
yeah. My favorite YouTube banner is Psychic Pebbles or Zach's with the Rest in Peace YouTube 2009. I love that one so much.
Yeah, that's the funny guy.
Dude, he was whenever they came back with Oni Plays recently, I love that I can laugh with these people that are the same age as me, and it's what's really been making me want to like create content because like we're all getting
Nice.
older. That's what you were talking about earlier. Like when are we ever going
Yeah,
to do this if we don't do it now?
yeah. One of my favorite quotes is by Senator Robert Kennedy, not Robert Kennedy Jr.
No.
Gotta specify.
Yeah.
Robert Kennedy, his father, he said, "Some people look at this things in this country and ask why. I look at things that never were and ask why not." And I think that's a really great philosophy to have moving forward in a creative field.
That and what was the other? I love that quote. And then to be something unique in a world of like originality is special or something like that. I totally
I
butchered the
don't.
fuck out of the quote. Hold on.
Who said that? Who said that?
let me let me look it up. Hold on.
All right. Type in
Um,
alien computer. Maybe it was like unique New York that you were trying to find. That's like a tongue twister. I don't think that's.
I can't find the quote because it's just bringing up different ones. I'll find it again. I'm gonna put
Okay.
it
Yeah.
once I
Yeah.
find it.
Put it
I'm
up
gonna
on.
paste it on there. I'm gonna make it look like I threw it onto the screen. It's gonna splat and it's gonna roll off the screen.
And you should also add the sound effect that goes bum 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 bum. Yeah.
I love
Because
cartoon
you
sound
misquoted it
effects.
so bad. Yeah. I think that's actually a game show sound effect. I think that's from Price is Right. Maybe
Dude,
Wheel of Fortune.
I want to host an alien game show so bad. Like that's my ultimate end goal with all this is I want to be a host of a game show.
Game show sounds fun, and there's I don't think there's been a game or talent show recently that's really kind of captivated the world. I think the last one that was super big was The Voice, which is you know, it's The Voice. It has its audience.
Yeah, it'll happen one day. We'll just see where you and I both go. We'll just keep going, and we'll listen to this on a year from now and be like, "Ha, remember that?"
Huh? You never know. We get into some big drama and be canceled.
Oh my
That
god,
could be
I
a thing too.
wish. I would love to see people try to
No,
cancel me.
no, you don't. No, you don't. You don't wish. You don't want that. I assure
I'm
you.
wearing an alien costume. Who have I angered as an alien?
You can talk to me afterwards.
Oh, I've angered people.
Yeah, yeah, no. Yeah, no. I mean, everyone's angered someone or annoyed someone. Sometimes people just don't like you. I mean,
I'll
that's
cut
the
it out.
reality.
Who? I'll cut it out. Who? They'll give me editing
I
practice.
No, I was kidding.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I can think of a couple people. I can't think that
That's so
is like
sweet.
super upset with you. Yeah.
I just kind of approach everything with like a fresh slate. Like I'm 32 now, so what the hell is drama?
Yeah, no, it can have like real world consequences for sure. But just keep doing what you're doing. Try not to say anything bigoted, and you should be okay.
I think I'll be pretty brand friendly. I'm just an idiot talking to people on the internet.
I mean, that's Joe Rogan's defense, and he's gotten in trouble.
What it? Oh, dude, I miss living in Austin because like I could like totally take the alien outside of Joe Rogan's place and do a AMA for people and be like, ask me anything.
No, I would be terrified to do that in public, really, because I I do not have the kind of Eric Andre in me to do that.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun to do the alien like IRL and just like interview people. There's a little town nearby that I thought about doing it at. I was just gonna like kind of set up shop and like the podcast setup and everything, and then just say like talk to a real alien. Therapy Gecko did that, and it ended up working out really well for him. So I was just like, oh, dude, it'd be so fun to do that as an alien.
Yeah, that'd be a fun experiment. Yeah, I don't know if I could do. I don't know if I could do public stuff. Just honestly, because I just like things so controlled. I like things going my way. If someone has a reaction I'm not expecting, I'm like, wrong, wrong. You do
No,
it again.
you're gonna be an amazing director one day. I'm so loosey goosey with this show; it'll drive you insane.
Yeah.
Because like I don't want anything like super planned or anything. I just want the alien to just like have fun.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is like a different format than like a gauge your interest or something. So it's not like I'm like, you got to say all the right questions. You got to strike this certain mood.
I want to get to this point where like people want me to be on their stuff too. I can't wait to get to that point. I hope I can because I feel like I would have a lot of fun with people and just chilling and vibing and bouncing off of different things.
Yeah, I was chatting with someone earlier. I think this is the second podcast I've ever been like a interviewee. So not a lot of people want to talk to me. So
I want to talk to you. You're one of my favorite people to talk to.
Oh, thank you. That makes sense that I'm on this show then. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Nikki Nax, I wanted to ask you, I wanted to get her on the show too. I was going to hit her up on Twitter. Be like, hey, I started this show. I was wondering if you wanted to be on it. I think that'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, why not?
Just like the same format. I wonder if she'd be down. I haven't talked to her in so long though.
Yeah, maybe start with like a hello, how you doing?
Yeah, not just like right off the bat. No,
sure,
dude.
Yeah.
If you could,
yeah, if you want, you could say like Gage was on the show. Gage was on the show and he had fun, and I could. And if she wants, she can ping me and be like, "Did you have fun?" And I'll be like, "I had fun."
That's awesome. I would love that. My goal is for this episode is to edit it out to where it'd be something that you would feel comfortable posting on your show, on your channel as well. Like from your perspective, basically.
Yeah.
So like I'll have two versions of it. The version will be for me, like my point of view, like of the interview and everything, which is what we're seeing now. And then for you, my version will be the edit. It'll be like you're the focus, but like you're being interviewed by the alien.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I would post this. Just because I don't like things being
too impromptu.
I always feel weird being no. I just don't like things being me centric. I did that for one video and it felt uncomfortable.
The only thing I'm like super confident about, like 100%, is my thumbnail game. Have you seen my thumbnails?
Yes, I have.
Dude, I have so much fun with those. I can throw this shit together for like in 5 minutes and like have like some baller thumbnail because I don't think about it. That's how this content's kind of been going so far. Is like as soon as the idea comes, I act on it rather than thinking about it because then I could talk myself out of it.
Oh yeah, no, you can do that with any project, really. I always say, I'm like, hey, I could spend a year on a Gauge Your Interest just editing it, and or I could get to a point where I'm 95% happy with it and release it then, rather than waiting a year when I'm 97% happy with it.
Yeah, I let go of the perfectionist thing. I was trying so hard to do that with like my first project, and I just wanted everything to be so perfect, and I lost the sauce, and yeah, I wasn't having fun with it at all.
Yeah, yeah, it's tough to keep, honestly, like love for the. It's kind of hard to keep love for YouTube
Yeah, but
alive.
doing this,
Especially,
I've been doing like this nonstop lately. Like I've been streaming like 3 times a day. I'm not burning myself out, but like I'd rather be doing this than playing video games.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm sure it's a little more fulfilling than video games at times.
It gets the demons away.
Fun. I don't like those guys.
No matter how far I fly away or how fast the ship goes, the demons always catch up.
Yeah, you would think they would stay in hell because that's in the ground and you're in the air, but alas, they can fly.
They fly anywhere they want to go. Have you seen True Blue, Chris Hansen's new show?
No.
Oh, it's so good. He had someone on there that was he was a Mormon, and he was talking about how the devil made him want to talk to a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah, that's probably true. I don't see any other.
Do you like that content, like the predator catcher
No,
content? You don't?
no,
Okay.
I don't.
What if you were sitting on YouTube, if we were to go look through your history, what would you show me? Like what would be the show the what would be the video that you show everybody?
That's a tough one. Good question though. I guess I would show them like a Britannic video. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Britannic, but they're like
Uh-uh.
a old YouTube sketch group. I would probably show them the faux pas. The faux pas is like my go-to YouTube video. I think my the faux pas is about Nick seeing this guy and they've met before, but he didn't remember that they met before. So he's like, I'm going to go back in my time machine and I'm going to fix it. And like his mistakes keep kind of building upon each other, and he has to keep everything in mind to make this the perfect interaction. And it's super funny
I
stuff.
love that. No, that's so cool. Um, that kind of reminds me of Auntie Donna a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, it's that's also a sketch group.
Yeah, dude, I love Auntie Donna. I thought that shit was so funny. I can't remember anything that they said, but like it's just because they were like constantly funny.
Yeah, it's that's kind of my issue with that's my issue with a lot of media nowadays is
Tell me about it.
that it's well, it's too consumable. It's like
Hmm.
you eat it up, you move on to the next thing.
Right.
And yeah, yeah, that's some people just don't. I'm trying to say this and not sound super duper pretentious, but
Go off,
some
Queen.
people don't watch movies. They like consume movies, and then they move on to the next one. It's just something else to kind of check off their list.
People work
That's
years.
why I like. Yeah, no, that's why I like going to the theater sometimes and just watching a whole ass movie and being like, yeah, it was great. I love going with friends and talking about it. Like, what'd you think of this? What'd you think this meant? Um, I, I, so I hope people watch my YouTube videos and not just keep it on in the background to twiddle their thumbs to or something.
See, I feel that completely. I had a half of intention to do that, where people could leave the content on to have it like in the background, which I was
Yeah, there's
totally
nothing
okay
wrong with
with.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I want that revenue, baby.
it's yeah, no. If it's something like a podcast or something, yeah, I get it. But if it's like a gauge your interest where I edit a lot on it,
Yeah.
um, it does hurt my feelings a little bit when people are like, yeah, walked away from this for 20 minutes, came back, it was really good. I've never got a comment like that, but that's how I imagine people watch my videos. They just press play, they go wash the dishes or something, and then they come.
But I mean, I guess at least it's being consumed.
I guess. Yeah, that's the positive is they're clicking the video in the first place, which is good for me.
That's how I feel. I guess I want to create a machine where I can just constantly like keep doing this, where like people can just keep calling in, right? Now,
Well,
the
I have
content.
this wonderful invention for you called AI. It's wonderful at creating content.
I don't want to use AI.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
I use AI for like formatting or getting a like I'll jumble up a shit ton of words in like a whole word vomit, and then I'll say, "Hey, ChatGPT, can you put this into a way that makes sense?" Because it's all still my stuff. It's just like, can you organize this for me? And then my partner said I shouldn't do that. I should learn how to organize my thoughts myself. And as soon as I did that, I ended up rambling on camera for 4.5 hours about absolutely nothing.
Yeah, no, it's I think I know with every new technology that comes out, people are like, television's the devil or something like that.
Yeah.
But I do feel particularly strongly about AI when students are just like putting a subject matter into AI and printing out an essay or something. I think we're losing some of that critical thinking skill.
Dude, we're fucked.
And it's important to kind of work on that critical thinking and kind of keep yourself engaged with that critical thinking skill. And it's because creativity is like well, the brain's like a muscle. You gotta keep exercising about it in order for it to be strong. So if you're like, hey, I worked on scripts my whole life, now I'm going to use ChatGPT.
Yeah.
You're kind of cheating yourself out of it.
I also like to use it because what was it? I had a thumbnail where I needed to create like an AI robot or something like that. So I would get like the prompt or whatever, but then I drew it out myself with like pen and paper.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's like totally. There are some ways and ethical ways you can use it, like just as a basis or something. I know a lot of people in coding use it for like to double check their work or something, but creative, generative wise, nah, I don't buy it.
No, not at all.
I should say I have to go back to Earth pretty soon.
Oh yeah, no, you're good. Let me drop you off.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do you have any last questions, final comments, compliments, or something?
Well, I was actually going to ask you that. Is there anything you want to plug or anything like that?
Yeah. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Gage Agnew.
I will put it in the link in description, and you will see his handsome face in the thumbnail.
Yeah. If you haven't figured out by now, Gage Agnew does a lot of fun interviews. I do video essays, and sometimes I just ramble.
He's one of my favorite people on the planet, genuinely. Thank you so much for letting me abduct you and ask you all these random questions. It just happened.
It just happened, and you got me talking about things I like. So.
Well, were you comfortable? I made your whole room look just like your. Like I made the whole room look just like your room.
Well, as comfortable as like an abductee can be, you know.
Okay, good. That's all that matters. All right, everybody. This has been Advice Alien. Thank you so much for checking us out. Links in descriptions down below. Like and subscribe. We love you. Goodbye.
Goodbye, and Venmo me $50.
Yeah, Venmo me $50 as well, please. Like genuinely,
no,
I gotta
not
fix
him.
the spaceship.
Just make
okay, Venmo me $51 and him $50.
Okay, yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, that works. All right, bye everybody.